I can remember when absolutely everybody had Pokemon cards. Now, I understand their popularity comes and goes. There was the original Pokemon Mania in the 90s, but the period that I'm talking about is around 2013, the 20th anniversary of the franchise, coinciding with X and Y. That was the time where it felt like there was a proper community around Pokemon cards. They were fantastic. But obviously, you gotta take the good with the bad. Scams were amok. There were so many fake Pokemon cards. I knew we would come across them in Adventures in Bootleg eventually. Now, if I wanted to, I could have just discussed any old fake Pokemon cards. This one's shiny, this one isn't. But I wanted to wait until I found something so out there, so completely different, and so obviously fake that it would, well, just make the episode a lot more entertaining. Picture the scene. It's August 2023, and you're in a Dublin shopping centre. That's right, this is another episode where Adventures in Bootleg actually goes overseas. I was in a shopping centre in Dublin last summer, and I went into a technology shop, and weirdly, there were a few boxes of this kind of Pokemon card in the shelves. It didn't take long for me to be absolutely blown away. Obviously, this is not official at all. Never will you see a glossy gold box with the cast from Pokemon Advanced from the early 2000s on there. I mean, it was just so unlike anything. I had to know what the cards inside looked like. Now, on the off chance that you aren't familiar what a Pokemon card should look like, it's been pretty consistent since the start. This is basically what they look like. They change sometimes when there are EXs. You can get Holos and Megas and EXs, GXs, things like that, but they mainly look the same. These are unlike any Pokemon card you will ever see. Opening them up, you can see that yes, they are completely gold. These things don't even stand a chance of even remotely fooling anyone. They look nothing like the actual cards. For what it's worth, here we have a mix of Sun and Moon, Sword and Shield, and X and Y cards. They just feel weird to hold. I have to say, they feel like sandy, and I have to keep checking my hand to make sure nothing comes off them. I don't know how they achieved that. I wish I had the time to go through every one of these and show just how many errors there are, but this one in particular I wanted to draw attention to. That's fan art. It blows my mind. There are fake Pokemon cards, and then there's this. This is just doing its own thing. There are different sets in here, different years. Some of the pictures are cut out pitifully. Some of them you can't even read the text because it's so glossy and shiny. And yes, there are some Pokemon in these packs that don't even exist, like Blastoise VMAX. It looks like Mega Blastoise on steroids. But the cards that just so happened to be the first ones I saw when I opened the pack for the very first time were the tag cosplay cards. I hadn't seen anything like these, and I knew immediately, yep, these cards are fake. In case the box didn't already give it away. There has never, in any series of Pokemon TCG, been cards where Pikachu dresses up as the Pokemon. I don't know what they were on. On some, there are mistakes with their HP. There are some cards that can just kill others in one go. I am seldom at a loss for words when I discuss bootleg items, but these have finally broken me.